Hello, following cast and producers.
Hello.
Hello.
First off, hello, you're alive. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I'm kicking.
Kevin, how did he pull that off?
Well, that's where you got to come back to the second season and find out, because it's a story how he pulled it off. It's very, that's something that Ryan Hardy has to figure out.
Was there ever any question creatively whether he would be back?
It was all planned. It was sort of the ending. It's sort of in a way everyone died at the end of the finale. It's sort of that's how Joe Carroll wanted to finish his book, and so it's sort of the ending of his book was for the hero to kill the villain, and that's exactly what happened. And he sort of walked off into the sunset to his new life, because the whole theme was about rebirth.
And then what does season 2 look like? I'm imagining it's not going to be the same as season 1.
It's about resurrection. So, and it's totally different. So we jump ahead, we're 1 year later, and we sort of pick up with all these people that sort of survived and sort of see where they are in today, and then, stuff starts to happen.
Is Emma going to be out for revenge?
I don't know about revenge, but we'll definitely see where the year has taken her, and she's made some new friends and grown and changed a lot. So we'll see what her motivations are going to be now.
And Kevin, where will your character be when we pick up? What kind of mindset is he in? A good space?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you saw me at the end of last year, I was obviously pretty badly injured. So there is the time in between where we stopped and where we begin to kind of flash back and see what happened. I had to recover from the injury, and then sort of went back down the rabbit hole, and have come back up. And I think it's a lighter, happier, more positive Ryan Hardy than we've seen before, which is kind of going to be fun to play.
And I heard through the grapevine sources that there's some new characters coming on board in season 2. I don't know how much we can give away. I think one of them is your niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be interesting, fun to see a little bit more of your family. And
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen my sister last year, and I think that for any character, any person, their family is a really huge part of who they are. And we spoke a lot early on about what my previous family life would have been like, but I have sort of cut myself off from them, as I've cut myself off from a lot of things in the world. And it's going to be nice to have a character that can kind of call me on my stuff, and also that I have a real deep love for, based on family. She's the daughter of my brother.
And Natalie, I heard a rumor that she might be back too, that she might have survived.
Oh, well, you'll have to find out in the first episode. We answer that,
Yeah.
and and we'll sort of deal with wrap that all up in the first episode.
It's so hard with this show, because you hate to be so cagey, because you want to make people enthusiastic about it, but at the same time, so much of what we do is a surprise. That's sort of what that's our stuff.
Yeah.
So, but as Kevin said, the first episode has surprises.
Yeah, and we sort of explain. That's sort of the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah, cool. And Sean, what are you going to be up to? How much do you know about where you're going to be when you pick up?
I think the trajectory that Weston has taken from the pilot to the end of the first season sort of really changed who he was, and I think that from the time that we've finished this season on to where we get to the next season, that sort of the way that the case has sort of affected Weston will continue to progress. And so when we come back, I think Weston is still, potentially learning to deal with sort of the trauma that he went through. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where we're at there.
Yeah. And one thing last season, some people were saying that the FBI made a lot of mistakes and stuff. Are they going to sort of get their act together?
We're trying to stay away from all that. We
learned a lot.
We learned a lot, and we're going to improve upon that. And it's not going to be so focused on the FBI. It's going to be a whole new show. But I think the idea behind this show is that every year, hopefully, we can just be come at you with a sort of a new take, a new window in, and it'll just be a new creation. And I think what we're doing with this year is you'll find it a little more character-based and a little more much of a sort of a relationship thriller. It'll still have the fast-paced, sort of the turns and the thriller aspects, but it's not. Ryan Hardy's not sitting in the center of the FBI on a task force. So the focus of the show won't be the FBI.
I got a new gig.
So here's a question. Any other villains this season? Any other big bads?
Yes.
More?
You need someone more than this guy? This is
take it.
it.
You need a little competition.
No, yeah, there's going to be, yes, there'll be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, I'm Adam Pally.
And I'm Gillian Jacobs.
And subscribe to ENTV.
For all your entertainment news first.